أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما وارزقني فهما Oh Allah, increase me in knowledge and true understanding. Amin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Ida Murni Jamari from YMS EduTech Learning Hub. Inshallah, we help students to improve in math and science by 2 grades in less than 3 months. So we are live today, and today is our first November special free Facebook live lesson with Madam Ida. And so today I'm going to share with you one e-math concept, and this live streaming is suitable for students who will be in secondary 3, 4 or 5 in 2018. Okay, so this is going to be a recap for the GCEO as well as N-level students of 2018. But this is going to be a new topic for the secondary students of 2018. So this is our second year running on Facebook Live in November. But there's a change to it. Last year we only did Facebook Live for primary school students, but this year we are incorporating secondary school lessons as well. So from Monday to Wednesday, I reserve these days for secondary school students, whereby on Monday I'll be sharing with you one e-math concept, on Tuesday I'll be sharing with you one chemistry concept, and on Wednesday it will be for additional math. And Thursday and Fridays are reserved for PSLE Math as well as PSLE Science. Okay, so if you have just joined us, okay, please share this video, alright, so that when more people watch this, more people can benefit, and then we will get reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, by sharing something beneficial. Alright. And then if you wish to leave any comments, feel free to do so, but I can only reply to you after this live streaming. Okay? So throughout this 1 hour, or maybe less depending on the material that I'm covering, sometimes the material that I'm covering may last for 1 hour, sometimes it is just a short one which may last for 20 to 30 minutes. Okay? But the key idea here is to do a revision with our graduating students of 2018 to ensure that you have your basic foundation concretely correct before you go on to 2018, where your teacher will start to speed up on most of the topics because they want to do revision and prepare you for Prelim 1 and Prelim 2. Okay, so how is my lesson going to be? For this Facebook live lesson, I'm going to divide my lesson into 3 parts. So the first part is I'll be sharing with you the definition of the concept that I am sharing with you. Okay, and then the second part is I'm going to share with you what are the common mistakes that your friends have made, or what common mistakes that you have made this year, okay, so that you can avoid it completely. Okay, because by learning the mistakes that other people make, or by learning the mistakes that we have made, we will remember better, we will learn to avoid it, so that we will not commit the same mistake in the future. Okay, and then the third part to my lesson is I'm going to share with you at least 2 examples related to the concept that I covered. Alright, okay, so for those of you who have just joined us, okay, please share this video so that more people can watch it, more people can benefit from it, and then inshallah Allah will reward us for sharing something beneficial, inshallah. And if you want to leave any comments, feel free to do so in the comment box, and then inshallah I'll reply to you. Or if let's say some of you are shy to comment, publicly, you can just personal message me. You can either PM me or DM me if you have any question pertaining to the concept that I cover in this live streaming, inshallah. Okay, so without further ado, today, let's get started with today's lesson. Today, I'm going to share with you one E-math concept, and that will be on how to solve quadratic equations by algebraic methods. So for those of you who have learned your secondary 3 E-math lesson, you know that there are 3 ways to solve quadratic equation by algebraic methods, and the 3 methods are: number 1 is by factorization, number 2 is by completing the square, and number 3 is by the formula, algebraic formula, quadratic formula, sorry, by the quadratic formula. Okay, so first thing first, I'm going to share with you what is factorization, the definition of factorization. Why is definition important? Why is it that you must know definition? Okay, especially when it comes to math, students tend to confuse themselves between factorization, simplifying, solving, manipulation. They do not know the differences between this. Okay, they will end up coming to class and asking, okay, what do they mean by solve? Meaning solve x value, is it? Or what do they mean by factorize? Do I need to solve? Okay, so all these will be in the student's mind, and this will hinder your learning process if you don't get it right the first time round. You must make sure that you get the definition correct so that it will not hinder you from moving on to the next step. Okay? So first, what is factorization? Okay, factorization is basically the opposite of expansion. Most students know what is expansion. Okay, so let me just give you an example. Okay, let's have this. Can you all see the board? X squared minus 1. Okay, so x squared minus 1, we can factorize this into this form. X plus 1, x minus 1. So this is factorization, or this is factorizing. Right? So basically what it means by factorizing is to take out what is common between the terms, between these two terms. Okay, so which in this case, if we have x squared minus 1, when I factorize it, I will get x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 1. This is the opposite of expansion. What is expansion? Expansion is this. Okay, most of the time, we will use this rainbow method. Okay, so we'll have x squared minus x plus x minus 1. So we will get x squared minus 1. Okay, so we get back the original equation. So this is expansion. Most students have no problem when it comes to expansion. They know that they have to open up the bracket. So factorization or factorizing is just the opposite of expansion. Okay, where we take out the common factor for each term. Alright? Okay, so we are done with the definition of factorizing. Okay, so next I'm going to share with you what are the common mistakes that students make in factorization. Okay, so this common mistake happens not to just one student, it happens to many students, and it doesn't just happen to one tutor. Many of our tutors also experience this, and I'm sure your school teachers also experience this, whereby when students are asked to, let's say, factorize this, 2x squared minus 5x plus 3. Wait. 2x squared is equals to 5x plus 3. Okay, so students know that they have to bring the x's to the left hand side. They have no problem with that. So you have 2x squared this is positive 5x. When it is brought over to the left hand side, we will have minus 5x equals to 3. Okay, so this is where the mistake will be committed. Students will tend to leave out a number on the right hand side. So what they will do is they will just factorize instead. Take out the common factor, which is x. So that will be 2x minus 5 is equals to 3. Okay, and then the students will start to solve. So they will say that x is either equal to 3 or 2x minus 5 is equals to 3. So 2x is equals to 3 plus 5, which is 8. And so x is equals to 8 out of 2, which is 4. Okay, so this will be the student's answer. And then when they look at it, looks reasonable. And they don't bother to check. Okay, so this is absolutely wrong. Why is this wrong? Because the right hand side is not made to be equivalent to 0. The right hand side must be made to be 0, and then you can start to solve for x. Okay, so this part here is wrong. So how do I do this instead? Okay, what you need to do is, you don't just bring the minus 5x over, you have to bring everything over to the left hand side and leave the right hand side to be equals to 0. So this is how it should be. 2x squared minus 5x minus 3 is equals to 0. This is what you should do. Okay? And then from here, you can factorize. So factorization is what we call the crisscross method, right? So how do we do the crisscross method? We were working here. Can you all see the other side? Okay. Sang it. Let me check if you all can see. Okay. Okay, so this is how the crisscross method will look like. Right? So over here will be 2x squared minus 3 is here, and minus 5x will be here. Alright, so now we're going to factorize this. So how can we get 2x squared? So factorize 2x squared. It is 2x multiplied by x. 2x multiplied by x will give us 2x squared. Next, minus 3. What are the factors of minus 3? That will be 3 and 1. Okay, I want a negative 3 here. But don't worry about that. I will check my third column first. So 2x multiplied by 3 will give me 6x. X multiplied by 1 will give me x. Okay, now I want a negative 5x. So how to get a negative 5x? Because this way I have to add them up. So in order for me to have a negative 5x, I need to have negative 6x. So if this is negative 6x, where did the negative 6x come from? It came from 2x multiplied by 3, and I need a minus 3 here, negative 3 here. So this will be negative 3. Okay, so there you go. I already have my factorized form. I will have 2x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 3 is equals to 0. So now I can solve for x. 2x plus 1 is equals to 0. So x is equals to, 2x is equals to negative 1. And so x is equals to negative half. Or I have x minus 3 term here. X minus 3 is equals to 0. So x is equals to positive 3. Okay, so there you have the correct answer. X is either equals to minus half or 3. Alright, so recap, you must make sure that you bring all of your terms to the left hand side so that your right hand side will be equals to 0. Understand? Okay, so that's the first example. Let's go through one more example for today. Okay, let's do second example. 6x squared minus 7x minus 20. Wait. Six x squared equals 7x plus 20. Okay, this is the next example. 6x squared is equal to 7x plus 20. Okay, so how are we going to solve this? Remember, we're going to bring everything that is on the right hand side to be on the left hand side. And so our right hand side will be equals to 0. So we will have this. 6x squared minus 7x minus 20 is equals to 0. Okay, then we check if there's anything in common between 6x squared, negative 7x, as well as negative 20. There's nothing in common. So how are we going to solve this? We will solve this by factorization method, the crisscross method. Okay, so I will need my 6x squared first. So write down 6x squared, negative 20 over here, and negative 7x. Okay, and I will have my cross. Okay, so I'm going to factorize 6x squared. The factors of 6 will be either 1 and 6 or 2 and 3. Okay, let's try 2 and 3. So I have 2x and 3x. Factors of minus 20 is either 1 and 20, 2 and 10, or 5 and 4. Okay, so I'm going to try 5 and 4. I need a negative 20 here. Leave it as it is first. Okay, then go on to your next term, which is negative 7x. So how do I get negative 7x? Okay, I will cross multiply this first. 2x plus 4 will give me 8x. 3x multiplied by 5 will give me 15x. So I want a negative 7x. So where does my negative go to? It will go to my 15x. And so how do I get my negative 20? That will be negative 5 multiplied by 4. Okay, so I've already factorized that. So 6x squared minus 7x minus 20 is equals to 0 is 2x minus 5 multiplied by 3x plus 4, that is equals to 0. Okay, so now I can solve my x value. 2x minus 5 is equals to 0. So 2x is equals to 5. X is equals to 5 out of 2, which is 2.5. Or 3x plus 4 is equals to 0. 3x is equals to negative 4. So x is equals to negative 4 out of 3, which is negative 1 out of 3. Okay? So there you have it. the answer for x values. Alright, so I hope you find this video useful to recap on factorization. So remember this, make sure that your right hand side is equals to 0 and your left hand side will be all of the terms that you have, your x squared, your x to the power of 2, your x to the power of 1 and x to the power of 0, okay, or the term with no x. Alright. Okay, so I hope you find this video useful, and inshallah I'll see you next week, whereby I'll be sharing with you how to solve quadratic equation by algebraic methods by using completing the square. That's not my favorite, but it is very important in helping us to solve especially graphs involving quadratic equations. Okay, so inshallah I'll see you next week. So this is a short lesson today. Alright, like I mentioned, I may not need the whole 1 hour to cover the concept or the material, but maximum time that I need is 1 hour. Okay, so what are you supposed to do now? What you're supposed to do now is to retract or take your textbook, your worksheets, and then practice for those of you who have problems in factorization. So please practice and practice until you get it right. Make sure you have the answer with you or the solution with you, so that after you're done, you can check against the solution or the answer. Okay, so inshallah I'll see you next week on Monday, same time, 5:30 p.m. Alright, and for those of you who want to sign up for a free trial lesson with YMS EduTech Learning Hub, our classes will start in December. So to register for a free trial lesson, please go to bit.ly/YMS2018 registration. Okay, I've also included the link to accompany this live streaming video. So inshallah I'll see you in the next video. Please share this video with those who didn't get the chance to watch it. Okay, please share this video so that more people can benefit from it, so that more students will be able to solve factorization and do not commit the same mistake that our seniors have made, or the mistakes that we have made previously. Okay, so I'm Ida Murni Jamari once again from YMS EduTech Learning Hub. Inshallah, I'll see you next Monday. Okay, and tomorrow, don't forget, tomorrow I will be sharing with you one concept on chemistry. So goodbye now. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.